Hey guys, Game Hunter here, and we are playing some Doom the roguelike. Oh my goodness, it's been at least about a month or so. Yeah, and this is the console version, by the way. I have a good reason for it. And I will be playing a little bit of the graphical too, but we're going to be taking a look at a very expansive module to the game. I'll just call it that. You can decide whether or not it's awesome. Personally, I think that is the case, but you know. Anyway, so this is made by Tehtmi, who's actually one of the helping developers of Doom the roguelike in the same way that I am with certain things and blah blah blah. So yeah, so you just defeated Spider Mastermind. Now it's time to leave. Difficult new full episode. Awesome. I'm actually going to be playing this on a not too rough, which is still going to be rather difficult if I do say so myself. Regarding other stuff, I guess I don't really have a particular thought into what I should be. So I'm going to go with Technician, because Technicians can have a lot of good stuff. Anyway, I'll be doing rapid fire because it's the kind of sort of thing I like to do. And yeah, let's just get started. Now, one of the cool things about Inferno is, well, I mean, you can't play challenge modes and modules, but Tehtmi made it so that you can pick whether or not you want a fighter, or sorry, excuse me, a melee build setup, shoddy setup, or if you want to just start with the old pistol, you know. And I think I'll go with that. You don't actually have to pick anything up. It just says, you know, loadout selected standard, or you could say loadout selected shotgun, or in fact, if you wanted to, go with the melee loadout. I'm just gonna do standard because it's standard, and I'm a standard kind of guy, so just go downstairs. So here we are at the Hell Keep. I believe the music's randomized for this because that's how modules basically work. So anyway, oh great, seriously, took me 3 hits. Anyway, whatever. Let's just keep going. On Hey Not Too Rough, this place isn't that hard. It's a lot harder, on harder difficulties. A lot harder. So, this level is actually fashioned to look like Hellkeep E3M1. So, that's kind of cool. And then it also does this with the shotgun, which is pretty sweet also. Oh, ha, that's funny. Oh, question mark blood. That's because I'm playing on something that isn't raster fonts and doesn't accept the typical blood pool. Don't worry about it too much. I know I won't. Anyway. The reason that I'm playing this on console as opposed to graphical is that there are some new enemies here. And that is not actually created anywhere. You know, those tiles don't exist. So, you know, we can't actually use them, so there you go. Yeah, that's how that works. Anyway. Oh, is it the same music? Well, let's just hope that that was a coincidence. Anyway. Wait a second. Yeah, okay, hell. Hell level 2. That's what it should be. That is what it should be. Okay, and I am kind of low on pistol, or shoddy ammo. So let's take this to another level. Basically, just while we're playing this, keep an eye out for, like, for instance, this. Just a bunch of blood sitting in a room. Holy crap. It's pretty crazy. And, in fact, there are some corpses, which is kind of cool, too. That will be important when we have to start dealing with, for instance, archviles. Yes. So, yeah, kind of surprised that half the enemies are technically dead already, but whatever. And here we are. We have our first enemy that we have to... New enemy called the Hydra. Is there... Yeah. Before they have a chance to multiply. So, yeah. And they make cool noise like Hydralisk from StarCraft. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. And they're kind of fast, apparently. I didn't really notice that at first, but yeah, they're kind of fast. Oh boy, lots of Hydras. Lots of Hydras. And they just keep getting more and more. If I'm not mistaken, the Hydra, like, the splits don't actually give you any experience. So just kill them as fast as possible. Enough said. Because I'm a crazy guy, I'm gonna probably be going for 100% as possible. Wow. I feel relatively safe, except for the part where I don't feel relatively safe. Let's see. I think... Huh. Well, I'll just call that a little bit of a glitch, because it's probably a glitch. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, well at least I didn't die, huh? Yet. Now I feel relatively safe. Oh boy. Great. Good timing, relatively safeness. Although, at this point I don't really trust it anymore, so there we go. Alright. Computer map. Pick up Mr. Zerk to get our health back. Also of note is that this mod is, oh yeah, ammo depot. Sweetness. I'm gonna go with shells. Yeah, okay. So there's new levers too. That's pretty cool. But there's new special levels too, which that's really the spice of the game often. So, oh man, already depleted. Dag, yo. Anyway, let's just move on to the next floor. Yeah. As you can tell, this is only Hey Not Too Rough. And I got hurt quite a bit there. Not exactly playing super amazing, but, oh, really? Yeah. Darn it. Oh, whatever. I'm not playing super well or anything. I'm probably quite rusty these days, considering I play almost every other roguelike except for DoomRL anymore. You know, I'd play more, just I'm still trying to get into kind of the routine of having a work job while also regularly updating my videos. Yes, so there's that, yeah. Alright, finally, Captain. Which means I can start using my chain gun to chain gun it up. Gun with chain of amazing powers of Boosha. Yeah. Definitely words. Okay, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. Just stuff. Just doing stuff, playing the game. And there are lots of interesting things about this game. One particular thing that I haven't mentioned, although perhaps some people have astutely noticed by now, is that enemies don't actually start moving around until they kind of hear you or see you or anything like that. Man, I gotta admit, all these question marks really don't adhere to a very bloody style of the game, which is a real shame. Yeah, see, I mean, for instance, these lost souls just plainly don't see me. Yeah, we gotta take that. So, and if I had made a sound, and maybe I'll try to show this if there are more lost souls that I can do that with. But if you notice, they do make their grunt "I am awake" noise, which is never anything that was actually done. So, what the? Did he like how would he have survived that? Oh, these guys are gonna get annoying. Should probably just use the shotgun for them. Alright, I got a whole lot of med packs, so let's take advantage of that without dying. Okay, computer map, alright. Which is a tracking map when you're a technician. Boosha. Alright, let's see if we can... Yeah, there we go. See, they didn't actually notice my presence, but now they're awake. Which is cool. I like it. I like it. It's very Doomish, so to speak. Although it definitely changes the dynamics of the game. So, you know, it's something. It's probably the reason we haven't introduced it into the actual game. And Hydras have bullet resistance? I don't know. Is there anybody you haven't killed? Oh, there's a little imp dude just kind of sitting, hanging out, having fun, maxing, chilling, smoking some, you know, demon weed. Yeah. So we got a Zerk pack, and there's the stairs. Okay, we'll do it like this then. Alright, moving on. If you notice, there aren't any blood slides. Those, when we got the new UI, those kind of stopped existing because it had to be done completely different, but expect them to return. Oh boy, a lot of lost souls. Okay. How do I want to handle this? Probably around here. Get myself into a good place where only a few of them can actually hit me at one time. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Right. Alright, so we're going to be coming up on our first special level. Was there another super? Yeah, there's another supercharge. In other words, I don't have to worry about running my health decay low here. So, yeah, what else we got? Shockwave pack. That's okay. I can dig it. It's got its uses. It really does. People think they're crap, but man, if you are surrounded by like lost souls or demons, or if you find an opportunity where you can kind of run into a bunch of dudes, or maybe rocket jump into them, or if you're phasing, or there's a number of situations where it could become useful. Alright, so we're going to the spawning pits. Alright, spawning pits gives us a combat shotgun. In other words, I can totally drop the shotgun I already have. Spawning pits is the Hydra level. So, yeah. That's about it, really. I mean, there's a lot of acid here and stuff. So, to that extent, it's still interesting. But, other than that, we're just mostly killing things. I mean, there's some other dudes here, but mostly it has to do with the Hydras. Okay, and then we do the lever, and oh my gosh, there's a bridge right over there. I don't know if I missed some enemies. Let's check. I don't have to go backtracking too far at any point. And, you know, I'm running my health down. Go figure. Probably not a good thing, because there is an enemy here that I have to worry about. You will see them shortly, so yes. There it is, the Mother Hydra. Mother Hydra is kind of annoying because she splits. Well, you know, just as Hydras normally split too, but in this case, she actually continuously splits. You know, not unlike many other bosses in other games, depending on the situation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, this might be a good time to just shockwave pack you all to death, even though you're not quite dead yet. Well, whatever. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem later on. No, I don't want to melee. Well, that was just the two little guys. I don't know. I think they all deal the same amount of damage regardless, which can make it really annoying. Really troublesome. So anyway, yes, you take a wary look at that last corpse before deciding it is safe to proceed. So now we get an Aegis. The Aegis is pretty awesome. I'll just show it off here. It is an Envirosuit pack, but it doesn't disappear. So it is all the Envirosuit packs you need, assuming you're not tired. Because, as with all artifacts, it kind of just makes you tired. Alright, so we got... Here is stale, you feel jumpy. I don't know what those actually mean. So, I guess we'll learn together what this refers to. So it ought to be interesting. Ought to be fun. Jumpy. Okay. We're doing pretty good so far, I think. Pretty good. Not bad. Decent. Halfway house sort of thing. Do I have any armors? Man, armors are low here. Alright, what do I want? What do I want? WizKid! Let's get WizKid. Because if I do want to be totally abusing the whole being able to use extra mods on assembled items, what better way to do that than to get it in as soon as possible? Also, I think... Why is my... Just get rid of that combat. Okay, light amp goggles. Light amplification goggles. What? Pull a lever. And suddenly I am somewhere else. Huh. So what, it's just a bunch of teleporting levers? Is that what happens? Teleport levers? Ow! I am just not playing well. Because, I mean, I saw the dude, but, you know, he just kind of was there, and I didn't really react to that. If you didn't notice, this layout is very different from anything we would experience in the normal game. One of the cool things tehtmi did was add a number of additional level types, which make the variability of the game a lot more so, or at least a lot different from that of the base game, so to speak. Alright, so yeah, I think this is like cave and Archy, also known as the small maze of rooms. Right. Oh wow, already dead. Cool. Where is that breathing coming from? Must know where breathing's coming from. Is it from here? No? What is this? Just a Zerk pack? I could die immediately from a sergeant. I'm kind of worried about that, so let's go ahead and Zerk it up. Where is the... there's the last dude, yeah. Good timing. Great timing. Alright, so anyway, the stairs. Let's go to the stairs. Stare it up. Stairmaster quality. And we already got another special level coming up. It is the Blood Temple. Blood Temple's pretty fun. Now we are seeing another new enemy type, which we can't explicitly see, and I don't really want to set them off just yet, so we will deal with them in just a moment. For now, let's get rid of these hydras before they have the ability to multiply all over the place. Okay, anyway. So yeah, all these guys are awake. I think hydras can actually freely move in acid. It's not really that much to worry about. It's something to worry about, potentially. Alright, man, I got a lot of shells. But I don't, to be honest, I don't really know what to talk about. Usually I'm talking about stuff in terms of new roguelikes, but, and what the heck are you? I think you're a bulk mod. You just look kind of weird right now, is all. Alright. Let's wake this guy up. This is known as the, let's see if, can I see you? Not yet. There we go. The Achilles. This ethereal demon is always ready to appear out of nowhere and disintegrate you. I'm just going to kill him and try to as soon as possible. There we go. Very cool. Alright, so let's just bulk mod that up. It's always good to bulk your chain guns. Unless you're super modding. I guess if you're super modding, it's not a big issue, but, yeah. So anyway, okay, I think the other Achilles is awake. Yeah, he is. So he's going to start phasing around. I think it's fairly random. Maybe not. tehtmi might have changed the AI a bit to be a little more intelligent. But not intelligent enough, apparently. Alright, supercharge, and there's the last... No, the almost last enemy. There's still a lone Achilles. It's kind of sitting right over here. And they shoot... Sometimes this does happen. If you feel relatively safe, you're not actually safe yet. It's kind of interesting, but man, it can be rough. No kidding. Whee! Teleporters. Wow, is that... Huh. That actually looks like it's a paired teleport. That's pretty sweet, even if it doesn't make the right noise. And there go all the explosions and fireworks. Let's go ahead and pull the other levers, because why not? Let's get cells. A bunch of cells. Cool. Nice stack of those for when we plasma things up. And there's a medikit supply, and what do we got here? Armor. Wow, this is just a really nice lever area. Alright then, let's go ahead and use the Aegis to get across there, and then head on over to the Blood Temple. This place is interesting. It is, well, I'll let you see it as we... Darn it, why did I do that? I guess it's not that important, but... Anyway, so we got a chainsaw, and, I'll just use it. And basically, a bunch of demons show up. And if I'm not mistaken, you can't actually use ranged weapons here. So, it's kind of like an early game Unholy Cathedral. And let's go ahead and just pick up the other whiz kid. Cool. And I think there's still some enemies left, yeah. So, that's kind of why I wanted the running. Just as a little buffer, just in case. So we got our chainsaw, but who really cares? Serious. Oh! Forgot the target correctly. Much better. And lots of hydras, There's imps waking up and... Oh boy. Okay, not bad. Okay so far. Very okay. Where's the sergeant? I know it's probably a sergeant. There you are. There are peoples. Gotta use one of those. Goodness gracious. Just, where's the armor? That's what I'd like to know. Where is the armor? And you have to really see significant amounts of armor in this entire playthrough. Oh boy. You're dead. And what are you? You're an invisibility globe. Kind of interesting because since enemies only react to, you know, being alerted first, you can actually kind of, you know, sneak up. That didn't really work out so well, but it was interesting to see it work. So that's how that mechanic goes. Oh boy, I should really be more careful about that sort of thing. And you really have to check every room because they don't wake up until, you know, much later. Or they may never wake up. You have to get close and cause the noise to... Darn it! Okay. There we go. Finally, an armor. An armor. Oh boy. Oh yeah, there's also new assemblies. We got scout armor, powered exoskeleton, shield boots, and also a couple of other things. So, yeah, this is stuff. I guess we'll go one more floor. Let's go one more floor. For those, I probably already said the whole blue armor gives plasma resistance thing before. So, oh great, that's a really bad start for a rapid fire dude. So we got specters. Specters are like demons, of course, but they're kind of invisible. Kind of. Sort of. A little bit. But, they're not only invisible, they're completely undetectable until they get close to you. Which is awesome. I mean, that's... If there was one way to do it in this kind of game, that's probably the way to do it. So if they're too far away, they're just basically phased out of existence. Okay, level 9, I think this is when we can start seeing things like helmets. So, gotta be on our guard. Like feeling uneasy for some reason. Suddenly a demon appears. Yeah, right. If you feel uneasy, that's the time to ski-daddle. Because enemies are gonna start showing up. You gotta worry about enemies, because enemies try to kill you. And you never know what happens when These groups start to become annoying after a while. The Imp, Achelous. Yeah. Wow, 2 combat shotties. It's kind of cute. But whatever. So that's the whole level. I guess I'll just explore it. But anyway, this has been Game Hunter playing some Doom the Roguelike Inferno module. And join me next time when we continue our descent. And hopefully don't get ourselves killed too quickly, because I would like to show off as much of this as possible. And there's a good deal of content I haven't seen, because it's been updated quite a few times, and I was not keeping perfect track of it all that time. So anyway, until then, keep playing those roguelikes, guys, and take care.